In the latest interview regarding the Age of Imprisonment, there was a few statements made, I'm sure you know, regarding the story and events leading up to Tears of the Kingdom. Now, one of these statements has caused some controversy surrounding the identity of the original Ganondorf, as referenced in the interview. In this Hyrule Warriors game, you'll see how the people contended with the threat of the original Ganondorf. Now, many Zelda fans have taken this use of the word original to mean that this Ganondorf is the very first, which is fairly reasonable, and that being the first would also mean the most ancient. But then also that in being the original, he must predate all other Zelda villains, even Demise, and even Ganondorf as he first appeared in Ocarina of Time. Now, there is nothing wrong with this initial interpretation, however it soon branches off into less logical territory with its final conclusion, one that is not consistent with well-established Zelda lore. Now, even if this Ganondorf is the first, this conclusion, which many have claimed, isn't the most logical one to make, nor is it the only possible way to interpret this statement. Let me explain. This idea that Tears of the Kingdom Ganondorf may indeed be the first Ganondorf is a very fascinating one, and it does indeed make you wonder. But, to understand what this means, you need to properly understand who Ganondorf is, and this will help you better understand the implications of such a statement. We think the most obvious conclusion is actually far more interesting, and also better supports the other well-established lore. If you understand who Ganondorf is as a villain and the role he plays in the series, then being the original doesn't necessarily mean that some other version of Ganondorf now can't also possibly be the original. In other words, being the original doesn't have to mean that he predates Ocarina of Time Ganondorf, or any other depiction of Ganondorf for that matter. Why not, you ask? Well, these are all at different points in time, and a lot can happen in between Ocarina of Time and Twilight Princess, for example. Think of it like this. Just because someone looks different or is slightly different 10 or even 100 years from now, doesn't make them a separate person. That would be like saying young Link and adult Link are two separate people just because they look different and have different capabilities. Albeit, in Ganondorf's case, a lot more can change about a person over a longer period of time. Now, let me ask you this. Is it so impossible to believe that the Ganondorf we see in Tears of the Kingdom is actually so different from the one we see in Ocarina of Time? Would it really be so impossible to believe that they are indeed actually the same person? I mean the very same? Albeit much older and younger from one another, but the same Ganondorf Dragmire, the first and last known king of the Gerudo. Is it really that strange and difficult of an idea? I don't think so. You see, there is an idea in the Zelda community that all the Ganondorfs and Ganons we see in Zelda are all uniquely different and separate individuals, but the supporting lore actually more strongly points at the opposite. And I mean that all of these versions of Ganondorf and Ganon, not including Demise, we'll make another video about that later, are actually the same individual, just at different points in time or branches of the timeline. And I am certainly not the first or only Zelda fan or Zelda theorist to have ever made this claim or shared this idea, since it has been noted and covered by other theorists, and this idea and understanding has gained more traction in recent years. So, with this idea that there is truly only one Ganondorf, let's look at this quote one more time. In this Hyrule Warriors game, you'll see how the people contended with the threat of the original Ganondorf. So is it possible that we will get to see the original Ganondorf in this newer game? Yes. Does that necessarily mean that he is never before seen? No. And though this may be new to some of you, it really isn't that strange of an idea, and in fact, this ongoing backstory and the mystery behind it is why he, Ganondorf, out of all the other story and characters in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, is really one of the only truly interesting ones, or at least the most interesting and compelling when you truly think about it. If you want specifics on the supporting lore, there are multiple in-game quotes and other pieces of information that hint at this or create this assumption. You can also check out Masked Nintendo Bandit's video on it. He did a really good job explaining this in one of his earlier videos, so I encourage you to go check it out if you haven't seen it already. Now, what do you think of our take on this? I hope you found this video enjoyable, and if you have any ideas you'd like to share, or if we got it wrong, let us know what you think in the comments down below. Also, feel free to like and subscribe if you want to support us, and share this video with any fellow friends and Zelda fans if you think they would find it interesting. Again, we hope you enjoyed, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all in the next one. Peace.